Day 8, slowly yet speedily getting there. Started the day out by trimming the back and top overhangs off the sides. You really want those sides to be cleanly radiused and flat at the same time, a flat curve. Any flaw or variation is going to show like crazy, so take your time and do it right. I'm flattening everything down with sanding blocks before I grab a sander. I recently got this Surf Prep sander, and it's been really helpful for certain parts of the build, particularly the sides where there's a bunch of curves. Once that's where I want it to be, I'm going to hop over to this little setup I made for cutting out binding channels with a router. Because the top and back have curves to them, you're not going to get a proper 90-degree cut just using a router by hand. So this jig allows for the router to float up and down as the height and radius of the guitar body changes. I usually add decorative purfling as well, which adds a lot more steps to this, but we're simplifying here. I'm going to add something visually fun at the end of the build anyway. After that's carved out, I'll route out the slot for the end wedge. I'll glue that up and let it cure while I glue up the binding on the fretboard. By the time I'm done with that, I'm able to clean up the end wedge and then start gluing up the binding. I typically use wooden binding, but this acrylic binding is so much simpler than wood. If I'm smart, I'll start offering this stuff as the standard binding. It's got its own weirdness, but it's so much easier to work with. I'm able to bind the entire body in one go. Just a minimal amount of cursing, and barely any hissy fit at all. I'm going to let it sit overnight and clean it all up in the morning. So I'll see you in day 9 of the speed build.